Tinubu. All right, the 27th of January 2025. We have different stories on our dailies. We need to look into these stories this morning. All my respondents here, they are ready to digest issues with me. They are ready to do justice to what we have this morning. All right, the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, as well as Vanguard, but we'll be going for the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. Please kindly subscribe to the channel if you are watching the program first time. It's important you also participate. Yeah, participate by dropping your comments in the comment section. Very, very important. You also share the program. It's very important you share the program. Hit the like button. Hit the like button if you're watching us. Please let us hit the like button. Gentlemen, good morning. How are you doing?
Very definitely my friend, good morning. Greetings to our viewers across the world.
All right. Yeah, thanks for joining me this morning. Femi, you're also welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Michael. Good morning. And good morning to our viewers across the globe. We say may God continue to be with you as you continuously be with us on City Stand. Thank you very much. God bless you.
All right. Oh, may God continue to be with you as you continue to support us on the platform. All right, like I said, I have stories on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. But before that, we need to quickly look into some stories here. Sunday Igboho, Yoruba freedom fighter, is back in Nigeria. Yeah, he's quietly back in Nigeria after his name was removed from watch list or wanted list. But there are reactions to the arrival of Sunday Igboho this morning at the stand. Nigerians are reacting, not just people at the stand. Igboho is back in the country while Nnamdi Kanu is in Sokoto prison. Yeah, Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto prison. Sunday Igboho back in the country. Is this about politics? Is this justice? Is this selective enforcement of law? We need to look into it this morning as the people from the eastern part of the country are reacting to this news. All right, like I said earlier on, the Nigerian Tribune newspaper is here with me. Let me quickly run through the headlines. Alleged coup, military to court martial 16 officers. Military to court martial 16 officers. This is on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. We move to the top of the paper with Kanu governor's defection. APC now controls 29 states. Don't forget that Governor Yusuf of Kano State has officially decamped to the ruling All Progressives Congress, and the son of the NNPP leader in Kano State, the son of Arabi Kokwanso, has resigned. Yeah, he has resigned as a commissioner of the state, but we don't know where currently he belongs. I think he still belongs to the NNPP. We don't know if he'll be joining another party, but he has resigned. He's not the only one that resigned. Some other commissioners in Kano State resigned. All right, 36 assembly members for the local government chairman followed Abba Yusuf to party. 36 assembly members for the 4 local government chairman follow Abba Yusuf to party. Yet Shetima to receive Mutwang into APC today. We discussed this story on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
We discussed it on Friday. We still discussed it on Saturday. Maybe we were very fast in breaking the news. Because I saw it on Punch newspaper yesterday, and we still have it on other dailies this morning. All right, we moved on to another one. Celebration gala in Oyo State as Oyo clocks 50. Oyo at 50, marking the pledge's commitment to securing a better future, inclusive development for the state. But there are two kings, missing in this celebration. The likes of Alafin of Oyo and Son of Ugbomoso. Why did not President Day, why are they not participating in this celebration? We shall be looking at it this morning. But of course, the Olubad of Ibadan, Ladoja, is celebrating with Sheyi Makinde on this day. No plan to drop Shetima as Tinubu's running mate. Yeah, we discussed this yesterday that people are complaining or talking about the Muslim ticket. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be running the Muslim ticket come 2027. There are responses to this, which we discussed yesterday. But this morning, the party authorities have said that there is no plan to drop Shetima as running mate to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. All right, we move to another one. Soludo shuts down Onitsha main market for a week over sit at home. Soludo shuts down Onitsha main market for just 1 week over sit at home. But he said it in that video that if they don't comply after 1 week, he will still shut it again. But was that decision the best decision? Should the governor shut down a market because people refuse to defy the sit at home in the southeast or in the state, which I'm looking at all this together this morning. Femi, highly welcome to my mic. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Mr. Michael.
If you're watching us in the comment section, if you're watching us on the platform, kindly drop your comment in the comment section. That's regarding what we are discussing this morning. Let me quickly acknowledge the presence of our esteemed viewers. Yeah, I'm sure they are saying hi to us this morning, and we just need to say hi to them back. Thank you. Igboho Kingsley, all the way from Madrid, is here with us. We say good morning to you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have Kenneth joining us in the comment section and saying good morning. City Stand is watching us from Washington, D.C. We have a Mafidon. He's always here with us. I'll say good morning to you, Mafidon. Gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
I appreciate your presence this morning. Gentlemen, Mike, before the commencement of the program, you were reacting to the video you saw online regarding Governor Soludo of Anambra State. How was that decision the best decision?
Personally, I think I was disappointed when I saw that video yesterday evening, where the governor of that state, Charles Soludo, was threatening the people of that state, especially the traders over the Onitsha main market, that shutting it down as a result of the sit-at-home or that they've always been observing for years now, if we must track it properly. For me, it's disappointing that the governor hasn't done well, in my view. Going that route, I think will not solve anything. I believe that what he ought to have done is to keep engaging in that persuasive method. I mean, these are individual shops. And they have the rights either to open it or to shut it down. And for the agitation for the release of Nnamdi Kanu that they have always clamored for, is their own way of expressing their. Personally, I also have issue with that position, and I'll tell you my reservation concerning the sit-at-home order. You know, when you are taking a decision, you must, from time to time, review that decision. That okay, we have been doing this for years now. What is the impact? Is the government attention that we are trying to draw to our grievances? Is it really happening and all of that? Who is losing more? Is it the traders that are losing more, or the government, and all of that? We review it, and if you think that the negative impact is more on the traders, we can review it. It's not or look at another strategy and all of that. Much as I respect the view of the people involved in terms of what they choose to do, that is my own personal view concerning it, that it can be reviewed if the impact is not much, especially on the government, which that particular situation is being targeted at. But having said that, I also think that threatening those traders, especially by the governor of the state, who is also a son of the soil within that environment, shouldn't have happened. You know the grievances of these traders. I think it is something that you can keep engaging in that persuasive method and let them see reasons why that position should not continue.
So them enough.
See, if they insist, I think you should leave it at that, rather than threatening to shut down the market and all of that. That will not solve the issue. I don't see them complying with. I don't see it. I may be wrong, but I don't see them complying with that as a result of that threat.
Threatening to shut their businesses, to shut the market.
That is my point.
Even in the video, he said he will level the market. It does not.
Yeah. He went as far as saying that he can as well level the market, which I think that such a bet is reckless in my view, Michael.
Let's get your Femi's opinion on this. Femi, was that decision the best decision to stop people from sitting at home?
Despite that is not the best decision, but to me, at this time around, I think it's needed.
It is needed.
Yes. Why? Because it's a mockery of the government in power, that there is a power that is more superior to their own, and this is a power tussle. You release your own power, I do my own as well. You know, my challenge from onset is that if to say people voluntarily want to sit down at home, I wouldn't have problem with. But now go and enforce some militias to enforce it. That's
we are like imposing it
on people. So another best option that
on their right.
I'm telling you, we all saw the videos. We all saw how students are being beaten because they refuse to sit down at home. We all seen where some people are victim of refusing to sit down at home because they come out on Monday. We have seen so many people being killed, so many people being maimed. So if people, any organization that doesn't care about their own people also, so how will you talk about the government? You are saying you are fighting for your own people's freedom, but you first of all restrict their freedom. How can restriction of freedom also give you freedom? It's what I can do. I don't understand. I don't know how anybody want to explain that one to me. So if you want to express your grievance, I think if there is another way, like the gentleman says, review your tactics. You can't do something the same way and expect different results. So to me, who control markets? It's government that control markets. Any government any market that government do, who creates markets? Any market that government don't create, cannot stand. There's nothing you can do. It's government that back it. All these shops you are looking at here, power or something. Who created it is one arm of government, one particular aspect of government. Today, tomorrow, they say, all this place, we want to relocate, but that is nothing you can do. So when you are playing your own power, remember that it's a higher power that can also subdue your own. Now, when Soludo bring out that threatening, constitutionally, go and challenge him in the court of law now. If you know that he doesn't have that power, you can shut down the market. Okay, maybe you want to be sitting down at home. Hey, Akukume give you break. Go and enjoy 2 weeks. Maybe it's only Monday. 2 weeks. Go and enjoy yourself. Of course, let's declare holiday for ourselves. Enjoy yourself. So, to me, another very close alternative to that one is if we can guarantee the security of people that want to open. That if you open,
nothing will happen to you.
Nothing will happen to you. Why some people are afraid is that
coming out.
Nobody, even people they are known as a business-oriented people. Even on Sunday, after church service, some will still come and open. Let alone Monday. To me, it's a bad culture. And when something is happening and improper care is not taken, it will become a culture. And some people subconsciously they will say, on Monday we rest. No. If they allow it to continue, it can degenerate to something. As to me, is a mockery to the government of the day. So if I'm also in the shoe of Soludo, I can think like that. Okay, since you have decided to be using your own power, let me use my own power too.
I think you have to respond to
Yeah,
that.
Michael, do you know why I feel that Chukwuma should tread very, very cautiously? FM mentioned part of it. You has always claimed that the people that want to trade should disregard that sit-at-home order, even before now, if you remember, Michael. But what we have seen is that the capacity to protect those who even want to trade, you don't have it as a governor. Of which we have seen over the years that the few people that even maybe come out for one thing or the other were attacked, and yet the governor of the day could not protect them. So, in one hand, you are claiming that the people should go out and trade. In the other hand, you do not have the capacity against those who gave their order of sit at home. You do not have the capacity to protect whoever goes out. And you can see why I said he should tread very cautiously. This is not the time to be issuing threats, especially when you know that you do not have the capacity to protect those who go out. So eventually, I agree absolutely with them when he talked about the fact that it is not everybody that really want to sit at home. That is the truth. Some people will have loved to come out, but for the brutal enforcement, which we must make it clear, for the brutal enforcement that we have seen from those who gave that order, made a lot of people to comply with that position. So government that does not have what it takes to protect anyone that goes out is now issuing threats to make people go out by force. And I think it's not likely to work out, Michael.
It's not likely to work out. Let us get the opinions of people on this. Babayaga saying that I agree with what he did, but he needs to guarantee their security. That's what Babayaga is saying. Exactly, gentleman Mike says about Babayaga. All right, we appreciate you. Babayaga, thank you so much. I think this brings me to the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, who is currently rotting in Sokoto prison. I'm sorry for using that word. Sunday Igboho is back in the country after his name was quietly removed from wanted list. And we have a freedom fighter, an agitator for good governance. At some point, somebody that at some point, like I said, faced extradition. He was arraigned and rearranged, and at the end of the day, he was given a judgment that led him to landing in Sokoto prison. This person has been there while Sunday Igboho is freely walking in Nigeria. We understand that his release was secured by Olubadan.
Three monarchs from Yoruba land, Oni, Olubadan, and I think maybe Olugbo of Igboho. Yeah.
Okay. I know currently Igboho is in Ibadan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Gentlemen, I confirm, this is same country, same constitution, but with different outcome. What is the problem? Well, I know the Southeasterners are not happy with this development. Igboho was a freedom. Should I say he's a freedom fighter or was? He's still a freedom fighter. That he was fighting for good governance, and at some point for the division of Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu was at some point fighting for good governance, and at the same time, division of Nigeria. But we have somebody from the Yoruba extraction working freely. Why the one from the east is in the prison?
Mr. Michael,
What's really going on?
when you look at it very closely, first of all, let us remove that mindset that Nnamdi Kanu is rotting in the Sokoto. No, I don't believe that. Okay. There are sometimes you may be incarcerated. It may be for you to, rethink and reassess and evaluate your activities. Nelson Mandela, although it's not everybody will have that kind of a grace, 27 years. So how many months has he spent in Sokoto? Of course, we have so many people that are even innocent. They are rotting in prison. You see only Nnamdi Kanu that are innocent. Innocent people that they don't know anything, and nobody is even attending to them. Their case has not been brought to court, and they are languishing. They are facing hell in Nigeria prison. So I don't want to agree that Nnamdi Kanu is right. Yet people are still celebrating Nnamdi Kanu. During Christmas, people still went to Nnamdi Kanu. They still felicitate with him. Nnamdi Kanu is still issuing, message from that prison. He's still telling his own people that stay united. Don't break yourself. Stay united. Take it cool. They are still going there. That's not rotten. Take it. That was number one. Number two, don't compare Nnamdi Kanu with Sunday Igboho. The way somebody like Nnamdi Kanu will handle case of agitation is different from the way Sunday Igboho will handle it. Somebody that comes from a place where they have lost 3 million souls is different from somebody that has never been received the heavy wrath of, gone. So the way both of them will handle the issue is different. The way both of them will add emotion to what they attach emotion to what they are doing is different. So the activism of Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu are two different. The only two people you can compare is, sorry, my apology to whomever that's concerned, Rafuwa Suruke and Sunday Igboho. Rafuwa Suruke is still in Nigeria. Is he not an Igbo man? He's not wanted. Why? Because he has soft pedal. Like the Bible say, all of you saw what Sunday Igboho did now. After he has escaped from assassination or arrest attempts in his house at Ibadan that time, I think it was in 2021 or that. After he has gone on exile, he later came back and was looking for forgiveness. And before man and God, have you ever heard Sunday Igboho talk about Yoruba nation again? If he still want to be talking about Yoruba nation, all this over, they will not champion his release. If he go to their palace, if he just mention Yoruba nation, they will push him out. Because nobody want to associate with him. With any that kind of a champion of a Yoruba nation or whatever. They will have asked him, Oga, have you dropped the idea of Yoruba nation? You saw it when he went to the palace and he started doing he lambasted on him. Sunday Igboho, he lambasted on him, but he went to the palace and apologized. Do you think Nnamdi Kanu is ready to do something like that? Do you think Nnamdi Kanu is ready to go and prostrate at the palace of Onisha to go and beg Tinubu of Onisha to go and beg Tinubu on his behalf? No, Nnamdi Kanu is not ready to do that. Nnamdi Kanu that stood in the court and looked at the court's face and issue curse. God will punish you. You don't know what it means. He is ready for anything. Sunday Igboho is not ready for. From onset, I don't support Sunday Igboho joining Yoruba agitation.
Sunday Igboho was playing us.
Okay, now they play. I'm telling you now, they play. I've told you what Igbo people have lost is different from what Yoruba. What have you lost in the course of requesting for Yoruba nation? Have you lost? No, we have not. Sunday Igboho was the first person that make a louder force. You know that Professor Banji Akintoye has been in that line for a very long time, but he's doing it diplomatically, very, very diplomatically. Hardly you will be able to, find him culpable. And there is very thin line in between agitation and criminality. And you immediately you are agitating, you are enemy of the government. So if you don't know how to take your step, okay, they will quickly catch you. It's like they ask you to walk on a line. They make a line. You know all those ones that usually walk on a rope. Any misstep, okay, they will pick you right there. So they are very, very two different ball game. Don't compare Nnamdi Kanu with Sunday Igboho. They are two different.
All right, gentlemen, Mike. If Sunday can return freely, why is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still in the prison? I told you that Easterners are not really happy with this development. These are two Nigerian citizens. Why is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still in prison? And when it comes to agitation, it seems any agitation that comes from the southeast, it's a crime. When it comes to agitation in the country, if other people agitate, it's not a crime. But when it comes to southeast, it's a crime. Why is it so?
Well, for me, I think FM dealt with that issue extensively, and I can't agree less to most of the things he talked about. They have similarities, yet they also have differences. in terms of what they stood for, and I mean Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho, in terms of what they stood for and how the whole thing played out. Don't forget, for the records, both of them had their homes invaded by security agents. The home of Nnamdi Kanu was invaded at some point. The home of Igboho was also invaded by security. As a matter of fact, on July 1st, 2021, Igboho's house was invaded. 13 people were arrested. 3 people were killed. To shows the kind of brutal force that they came with. 3 people were killed, including Adogon, one of Igboho's right-hand man, in that unfortunate incident. And one way or the other, he was able to escape, find his way to the Republic, where he was eventually arrested on that same month of July 2021. But down the line, eventually, he went through their own court system, not our own judicial system now, but he was arrested there. He could not be extradited, he could not be brought back home for one way or the other. And part of what stood for him, a lot of people stood up, and some even went to the Republic and all of that concerning that matter. And eventually, he was let off the hook, even in Benin Republic, and he was there for a very long time. But where I'm going, which FM also mentioned, was that the disposition of these 2 people to this agitation before and after their attack. That is what differentiates them. After the attack, after their homes were invaded, Igboho piped down as to his agitation. He stepped down his agitation, especially the Yoruba nation thing. The invasion of the Fulanis in Southwest is still an issue for him till today, and he still talks about it. But the separation, the Yoruba nation thing, he stepped down on it. And I think as a result of that, a lot of Yoruba leaders was able to appeal to the government of the day concerning his matter, especially when he has stepped down on the Yoruba nation thing. On the other hand, from what we see of Nnamdi Kanu, he hasn't stepped down on what he believes in. I believe, even though most of those things are not in the media, part of the negotiation that they must have had with him, which I believe led to him even going through the judicial system. Because personally, I never believed that they would take him through the courts. I thought that political solution will come in at some point and he will let off the hook. But perhaps some of the offerings that were given to him, he felt that no, I don't want to be part of this. I would rather be jailed for what I believed in than maybe compromise at some point. Perhaps that was what I feel differentiate these 2 individuals. Sunday Igboho stepped down on some of his agitation at some point, while Nnamdi Kanu held on to what he believed in.
Wow, very, very insightful. Do you agree with your gentleman?
That's where I started from. That you can't compare both of them. And if anybody want to introduce matter of tribalism, what of Raf? Raf is a free man in Nigeria, and he has one champion. I mean, Biafra. What happened? Why was he not wanted again? You can juxtapose both of them, both to see together. So,
all right, to the comment section, there's a Chima is here, and it says if Nnamdi Kanu is an anyhow human being, he would have collected their offers a long time ago and backed out. They thought they did him bad by jailing him, not knowing he enjoys prison more.
That one sound it sound funny. Nobody enjoy prison. But I told you when you even say that it's rotten, and I say it's not rotten, but it's there. I mean, reassessing what have we done? How better can we do it? Did I make a mistake? Am I telling people lies?
Correctional center.
Yes, correctional center. Then if I'm out of this place, okay, tomorrow night they will offer me political solution. So what can I accept?
It's there for rehabilitation.
Thank you. What can I accept?
Corrections.
What can I accept? Where can we go? How can we push him this thing without violence, without incitement? Can we do it? Can we achieve it? I told you that Nnamdi Kanu now is fighting the battle of the old Biafra. The old Biafra fight for 3 years. Only Nnamdi Kanu is fighting it in correctional center. So, and a battle that the whole nation fight for 3 years, and somebody now champion it, and you think that correctional center, that one is just a minor thing.
I don't think what you said now applies to Nigeria when it comes to agitation. Do you think you can agitate without violence?
No, it's possible.
Will the government even listen to you?
Even with the violence, they listen. They don't listen with the violence as well. So there are more. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That I've asked a lawyer, is it a crime? And it is internationally established that there is no crime in self-determination. But while you are asking for your self-determination, how do you go about it? Because where your right has, ended, that's where another person started. So it's a very, very diplomatic, course that if you don't apply, wisdom to it, they will just catch you. And not many people that have involved in them, they go to prison.
All right, there's a Chima goes on. Nnamdi Kanu is a real freedom fighter that can't trade his agitation and believes money or anything while Sunday. I repeat, Nnamdi Kanu is a real freedom fighter that can't trade his agitation and believes for money or anything. While Sunday, Igboho is an emergency and fake freedom fighter.
I agree with him 50%. Do you know why I say 50%?
That is a fake freedom fighter.
No. Why I don't agree with him totally is that Sunday Igboho, they were able to coerce Sunday Igboho and convince him and at the beginning Sunday Igboho don't talk about Yoruba nation. And it would have been better for him, Fulani, and it would have been better for him to stay in that line that you Fulani people don't come here. Honestly speaking, he make a mistake by going to agitation for you. He should have left that one for Baba Akintoye. He should have left that line for Baba Akintoye and make sure that he faced, Fulani that. When Sunday Igboho was fighting Fulani, we know how he relocated one Wakili, one of the Igbo traditionalists in Yoruba land. He chased him to Ilorin. The man said, if I hear Sunday Igboho, I will be shaking. So, but when it comes to that Yoruba nation of a team, he didn't understand what is take much before. Maybe he just traveled out, and when he coming back, he started singing Yoruba nation. I said, what's wrong with this man? From us said, I don't agree with him on Yoruba nation because the way they glue this country, it will be very, very difficult to separate. Do you know that there is no referendum in the Nigeria Constitution? Assuming you want to, that referendum that that man is they are doing referendum that is not in our constitution. So if you want to separate this country, you start from that our House of Assembly, you convince every other member to agree that there should be referendum. So that if you want to separate, we do referendum. Even if you call for separation, they call you terrorist. Ask me who injects that word into our constitution. Sick. Yes! In the first place, we wanted to have our independence separately. Northerners, when we say we want to have independence, Northerners say, we are not ready for independence because they know that when you compare Northerners and South, that's what he and they see that Southerners, you want to be controlling us. Let the Igbo Kukuma continue. Until when they went to North to go and campaign for them for independence, there was violence, there is riot. In 1953, yes, there was riot. They don't want it. But eventually, if sick, say, let's have our okay, let's forget about the rest is history.
All right, we have another viewer here, Charles Enihe, saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped by the Nigerian government, so the indictment were wrong and no local standing trying. All right, Nnamdi Kanu is not two in Nigeria, just one, powerful and courageous. This is coming from Chima.
I agree.
Charles says Sunday Igboho is an opportunist. All right. Sunday, good morning. All right, Mr. Fadeshino. I totally agree with Femi assessment this morning on issues. All right, Michael Nnamdi Kanu will prefer to die in prison than to drop Biafra.
That's true. I agree.
That's true.
Yes. I told you that he will ready to die. You don't know what it means. When he has reached that, I've reached, logical control. Where else can I go? I've lost my mother, I've lost my father. Based on this, so many people have lost their life. Even to me, this Nnamdi Kanu, I see him tougher than Ojukwu. Without gun, yes. This Nnamdi Kanu, I see him tougher than Ojukwu. That's the truth of the matter. Because Ojukwu, with a lot of protection, do you know how many people that are guarding Ojukwu when they are fighting the Biafra war? He has his own special squad guide him. Tell me who is guiding Nnamdi Kanu? Before Oduku saw a lot of. Do you know that Oduku invited Awolowo to Southeast? According to what they say, sea weapon. He can destroy you within a very short period. Somebody that has military mind. But this man, he has no gun. He has nothing. When they arrest him, they don't, of course they don't arrest him. Yet he still look at federal government and say, God punish you. You don't know what it means? He's not courageous now to me. So he's ready to die in that prison. And any day I hear that he compromised, Oga, I rest like this.
And Igboho is not ready to die for the university. Igboho suddenly reversed
Igboho will die for you. He's coming to die for you.
How did you feel about it?
I told you that Igboho entered into what he didn't know about. I mean, he shouldn't have gone to that agitation. He should have stayed here, stayed in his war area.
Are you disappointed?
Well, I'm not.
So see, you expected it from Igboho?
It's not about expectation, it's about how he feels to go about things. Even in Yoruba Palace, there is a Mojamosa principle that you must know when to retreat. See, when you are fighting for a cause, you know, Bible talks about the fact that have you seen any man that want to build a tower that will not first sit down and count the costs? You must, from time to time, look at what you want to engage and look at what you have. Can we pull through with what is available at our disposal? You must ask critical questions. Don't go to any battle by emotion. It's going to be disastrous. You must look at what you have. Can we pull through? So I don't have issues with any agitation that is born on conviction that this is what I believe in. I have looked at the course and I know that this is what I want, this is the direction I want to go. Even if I die in prison in the course, so be it. I don't have issues with that. But I will not blame that man also that feels that for now, I do not have what it takes to demand for this Yoruba nation. I have checked at what we have. I do not have what it takes at the moment.
You did that before?
That's my point.
When he was saying that even if you are under soldiers,
that was why I talked about Mojamosa.
Under soldiers, he will defeat them.
That's where I'm having problem with.
He was begging now.
He talked too much. So now he has also maybe come back to his senses. That some of the things he was talking about now, he doesn't have the capacity to fulfill them. And he felt, no, let's step down now. I think that's what Igboho has done.
All right, so move down to the comment section. Let's see the opinions of people regarding what we are saying. If people know the amount of billions of naira that was offered MNK, that's Nnamdi Kanu, and he refused, you will understand. MNK, Nnamdi Kanu, is no joke. This is coming from Baba Yaga, and we have Andrew Gudini saying that Sunday Igboho played, he fights. Okay, Sunday Igboho played, he fights and runs away. Okay, played, he will fight and runs away, live to fight another day.
That's the Mojamosa concept. You must know when to retreat and when to come back again.
Is that what you are trying to say?
Wisdom is profitable to direct. There is no crime.
Wisdom is profitable to direct. Or realize you couldn't know.
3 million people died in that unfortunate civil war. Perhaps
Biafra.
exactly. How many Biafra? Listen, Michael. 3 million people died. We were told in that Biafra war. Perhaps if the man that championed that war in the southeast sat down and said, "Do I have what it takes to confront this nation?"
If you are
at that point in time,
if you are claiming that there's an adage that says, "Don't start what you can't finish."
yeah, that's
what I'm claiming too. Do not start what you cannot finish.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. It's both sides. You may think you can finish,
but on the case of and he started what he believed, he can't finish.
Exactly, and that is why he hasn't backed down now. Also, and we should give honor to that one that said, "I want to die here." And the consequence of backing down, you have to accept it. It's a failure. As simple as that. When you believe that you can do something and you are able to do it and you back down, for me, you have missed the way. That's my conclusion. But we should also salute the courage. Okay, Odi could believe he can finish it, but when they see the reality,
Step aside. That does not stop that does not stop me from giving kudos to Ojukwu. But when he sees something that is beyond his belief and he faces the reality, there is also not crime, but there will be dents on the image of that one that will withdraw, and there will be honor on the image of that one that finish the race. That is my point, and there's not anybody can do about that one.
All right, Igboho Chris says, do you guys know that the Fulanis are uncomfortable with the news that Igboho is coming back to Nigeria?
Definitely, that is where Igboho should have stayed. And that, let me tell you, if Igboho have stayed in that place, maybe we will have, the issue of Fulani and coaches may have become history. But he go to the terrain that he didn't know. What do you know about agitation? Agitation for what? Agitate for the Fulani to leave us alone in our land and deal with them inside the forest. That is where they send you to. Anybody that don't know his assignment, Mr. Michael, as I'm here now, if I don't know my assignment and I want to be doing subordination to your own assignment, I will be dealt with. Bible give everybody each assignment. A king in Bible that want to be performed as a priest, everybody know what happened to him. He do subordination, was strike with leprosy. No area.
All right, Nnamdi Kanu is stronger than Ojukwu. If Nnamdi Kanu is in Ojukwu's shoes, he wouldn't have escaped to Ivory Coast. He will stay back and die in that war. Yes. This is coming from Odesi.
I believe.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Mike.
Good
morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Mike. I'm saying good morning to you, our people as well. And as you have very much over the appreciation to God, Mrs. Tina, and all of you. Thank you very much. Then I'm saying good morning to all of our commanders. I'm sorry already. You are most welcome. Thank you very much.
What's your reaction all about?
You see, we have two different approaches to this. Somebody who started something like Sunday Igboho. I don't call Sunday Igboho, a weakling. No, it's not a weakling. He saw a situation that he needs to rise up to, and the vision that demands for him to rise up to, and he rose up to that occasion. Fulani were killing in the southwest, and other Fulani presidency who were bent on getting everything for Fulani, and the Fulani authority never did anything to arrest the killing of the people on other people in the country. This man rose up and put up a challenge against them. Not just to commend that courageous effort, but another club in the country want to overrun your own people, your own locality, your own indigenous place. And the government at the center, which is also the government, which the person from that plan of invading tribe, Buhari in Fulani, and all the Fulani cabinet members, they are backing their tribes who are attacking every tribe in Nigeria. The point are almost overrunning us in the southwest, and somebody rose up and took up a challenge and confronted them. Is that weakness? Is that act of cowardice or an act of courage? So anybody who is pressing, I have nothing against anybody's opinion anyway. But as far as concerned, Igboho came up at the right time to challenge the audacity of Fulani to be attacking us in Southwest and play DNA, in some court and chase them away out of the Southwest. They were driven away. Instead of the government of the center to see these senses in what they have done, they rose up against him. Of course, in Kulamba is a tribal politician who want everything, who want political office. I'm not exercising foreign government for me anyway. Yes, of course. So if you see Sunday Igboho, that when at the time the power that be that are bigger than him were coming after him. Of course, this is what happened to him in his house. They made his house. You cannot confront the state. As at the time the state is now coming against him, he played the whole force of the state. Then he knew that, look, if I compare, if I examine this fight with my resources compared with the state, they cannot match the resources of the state. And it will be stupid for him to be continuing during the state. No, physically, when you can assess your level of resources you have compared with the state, it is stupid for him to remain and not to retreat.
There's retreat in warfare, even military. There's retreat when you are in a warfare, you are in a war front, and the enemy is having upper on you. You retreat is in the norm. It's a strength in military warfare. You retreat, you go back and strategize and rush back. So retreating from the federal government effort against him is normal in military, and that's why it did when they invaded his house with the intention of killing him. They kill some people, they went to raise some people. Some people abuse them. So does he have any match? Any force to match those forces that came to attacking? He didn't have it. So for him to have retreated by finding a way of escape to go somewhere high, it's a strategy. It's a strategy. He retreats the warfare and come back and relaunch. Only a stupid man will see a fire power that's now overwhelming on you, and you still stay. You just die there. You die stupidly. Sorry, you die stupidly in that. So, but
Are you simply telling us that
I'm talking about Igboho now.
the one that refuses to give up, is this stupid?
I'm telling you an option where you retreat from the war front. That's what I'm saying.
The one that has refused to retreat. Is this stupid?
I'm not young people my mind now. Yes, the one that has not retreated from the war front. And if you have
What do you call that one?
It's the courage. And the courage now, if you have to continue, if you don't believe in retreating and strategizing and relaunching, you believe to stay put there. Man, if the power overwhelms you, overpower you, you can lose your life. And if you die on that spot, you are gone.
Then who is a genuine?
You are both freedom. It's a wisdom. It is the wisdom you are applying, fighting your way that matters. No one is inferior, no one is superior. I'm not being faced with overwhelming superior power. And I refuse to relaunch, to strategize. And you think we can restore the firepower. Okay, it's a choice. It's a choice. I've chosen the choice of withdrawing, retreating, to relearn, to strategize and relaunch. You believe your own choice is that you will stay there, you will be absorbing the jamming.
Can you go back and watch some of those videos?
Mr. Mike,
can you go and listen to some of
I'm telling you,
things he said?
but when professional warfare, I'm telling you, it's a norm in the military practice, in the military warfare, that when you are coming down to superior power, and you can withdraw, you can retreat, and re-strategize and relaunch. But if you remain there and the overwhelming fire,
Is it re-strategizing now? You have given up.
listen to me. You know his mindset. You know his mindset. You know his mindset. You know his thinking. You know what he's up to. You don't know
At some point he was shouting, telling the government to remove his name from wanted list.
Hey, Mr. Mike, strategy cool. You don't know my strategy. I can hold score. I can still blow to do anything. I can still blow. I cannot reveal to you what I can be playing along with you. And then see the strategizing and just come one day and upset you. You don't know my strategy. Anybody can play strategy on anything he wants to do. You don't know his strategy. You don't know what he's up to. Yes, it's part of the system, part of the game. Withdrawal is not when you withdraw, when you backtrack.
Who is a genuine leader? A genuine freedom fighter between all of them?
Well, I wouldn't want to say one is a leader and the other is not a leader.
Yes.
They may have different mode of operation.
Yes.
You understand? But one is more guided with principle. To Nnamdi Kanu, Biafra is a religion that must be achieved. We know let me narrow it to the Christian faith. We have a lot of martyrs, you understand, who said it is either Christ or we die. And they died with that. They are not fools, they are not stupid. They stood by what they believe. You understand? If you look at also the lives of people like Martin Luther King in America, who was challenging the system about the wild domination, the equal but separate. You understand? These are people who were so principle guided, and they said they are willing to die at the cause. Malcolm X died at the cause. Martin Luther King died at the cause. You know, understand? They are not willing to negotiate. They are not willing to bend. You understand? But, and that is Nnamdi Kanu for you. Some can call him a fanatical freedom fighter. who is not willing to negotiate, who would decide not to be diplomatic. He will just tell you the way it is, and that is how he wants it, even if it will take him his life. I would want to liken such a person with with the early Christian missionaries that are willing to give their life for the cause of one thing, which is the gospel. You understand? So that's the difference between, because of course Femi was talking about Uwazurike. In this country, as Ayido Kubo was arrested by Obasanjo, I believe there was negotiation. He agreed before he was freed. Uwazurike, same thing. But now you have a man who said, I will not bend, I would rather die. I want to believe if Nnamdi Kanu have agreed to toe the path like other people did, negotiate, take this thing and just remain silent, he would have been out. But another angle to it, I can tell you, Nnamdi Kanu is suffering more of what he's suffering because of his brothers that betrayed him. You understand? In the case of Igboho, look at Igboho now. See, do you know if they arrest you today and take you to the police station, and nobody visits you, the police will treat you the way they like. The moment they know you have a family, they will treat with care. But in this case, this man is standing alone. Most of the people who are supposed to really come out to talk, in the case of Igboho, in the Republic, when Buratai was the ambassador, and you're telling me they cannot pick him, they are able to pick Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. In terms of logistics or whatever, it is cheaper to bring an Igboho from here than to bring a, don't look at how it is. But you have a man that his people left him. And maybe because they feel he's fanatical, they don't want to throw that part. You understand? They decided to leave him. So that is just a different ball. I feel he would rather prefer, what the problem with Nnamdi, in fact, don't be surprised, taking Nnamdi Kanu to Sokoto was to say, okay, we have tried this guy here, is not working, let's push him outside here and see whether Femi was talking about reassessment and see whether he will want to have a rethink. You understand? If this guy bent tomorrow, I'll be surprised, because it's like he is made up. Give me Biafra or I die. You understand? There are two different types of people, and I wouldn't say such a person is a fool. It is only him who knows what he's pursuing, and he will want to die at the cost of it. The other person who feels I have life to live, I would rather prefer to be alive, gather momentum to fight back tomorrow. They are two different things. You understand? That is just it. Nnamdi Kanu is one person who is guided with principle, and to him, Biafra is a religion. It's a religion that look at you. You know, if you look at the approach of the early missionary, whether it is Christianity or that, you will see that there are people who, what they know, you can kill me or give me this. This is my belief. This is my belief. It's either I have it or I die. Mr. Mike, both of them are guided with people. It's just a matter of choice of approach. You deploy to it. Both of them are operating on principles. It's a matter of choice of approach you deploy to your matter. That's the issue. If I believe that I'm now expressing over the firepower, which is above my resources now, and I think, look, it's in the military norm that so you can't be stupid to continue. Yeah, but the one that continue is stupid. It's your choice. That's the wrong word. I didn't say it's stupid. I'm saying choice of approach. If you are commander superior firepower, that you know your resources cannot cope with, cannot meet. Yeah, I know in the military setting, in the military modern warfare, that you can retreat and relaunch, and relaunch. It's okay. It's your own choice. But if I feel that I want to stay and absorb all the supernatural power, one thing may happen. It's either your life is lost, and you lose about it. You can lose. Do you see you as someone that will launch? It's your opinion. I'm asking. I'm not. I'm just telling you what I'm telling you. I'm telling you the two approaches. I'm asking you. Do you see? It's possible. It's possible. Yeah, because I don't know its mindset. I don't know its thinking. So what I'm telling you is the two are operating on principle. It's better the choice you choose. Nnamdi Kanu believe in staying absorbing his power. Because what is happening now? The power of Nnamdi Kanu is overwhelming than him. They are arrested, they have been jailed. He didn't have any means to counter it. Somebody else was under the same severe power, and he chose the approach of the retreat and go back and research. So why you do that is not a matter of weakness. It's your choice of approach. The choice you choose.
we are pushed to that thing. And so nobody's superior, no one is weak, no one is coward.
Would you say it's the end of Yoruba nation agitation?
You know, I wouldn't say that. So long as it may not come from Igboho, it may come from another person. Somebody might emerge tomorrow. You understand? But if you look at the lives of people who, you know, stick to what they believe, even at the point of look at Mandela, for example, the South Africans will continue to reverence a man like Mandela because he stood by what he believes and he was in prison for 27 years. You understand? Martin Luther King today, that his name will never be erased. You know, as far as history is concerned, was a man who stood by what he believes and he died at the cause. Sometimes, if you have followers, okay, if you will agree with me that Biafra agitation has more momentum than the Yoruba agitation. You understand? And Nnamdi Kanu has brought this that reawakening in the Igbo people. You understand? Where they will want to believe. You can imagine we are talking about Monday. People will just wake up on Monday and say, I will not go to the market. It is the influence of one man. They have seen what he has done, and they are willing to, do whatever it is, so that it will show that is their own part. You understand? But when you start a thing and you say it is the interest of the people, and then you take a U-turn because your life is threatened, it brings, people begin to look at you as somebody who is not
Mr. Yorubas have lost interest in this
Mr. Mike, even with what?
Some of them feel betrayed. Don't you know?
It's very enough understanding of what is all about.
What did you say? Igboho is not someone to follow from onset. There's no sensible person as a Yoruba person that will say that what you want to follow Igboho or on one agitation or the other. As I from onset, you are someone that have eaten one and dying and gets your wealth from politicians working for them. So it is not today. You said probably. I think he misunderstood everything. Education is actually very important in life, and lack of education is one of the things that is disturbing him. Although education is not about going to school, we have formal education. You might not even study the forwards of the school, and you will be enlightened about how to understanding about the anointing, about the movements you are about to pursue. I think what Igboho is meant to it was working. The process he was doing then was because the Yorubas. Fulani are invading our community in Osho, Ekiti, and like to say, okay, or your state. So let us stop this. It must stop. Not a Yoruba nation going separately. A Yoruba nation having their nation. But this, everything does scatter. Then it's like, okay, Yoruba nation. I think that is it. But someone like Nnamdi Kanu, when you understand what you are fighting for, people don't just stand up and say, I want to do this. A lot of things have been put in, would have been put in consideration, and that is why they decided to go for it. So Kanu is someone that you cannot take away, no matter how long you might imprison someone. It is the body you are imprisoning. Someone that has a goal, that is determined to be successful or to achieve something. He has no whatsoever offer. You have taken offer if actually is a joke or a comedian.
Okay, wait, I'm coming. Olajide, let me ask you. Had it been Mandela backed out, will South Africans be liberated from slavery? This is today's achievement.
See, what is about Igboho, Mike? About Igboho. Igboho was really looking for secession from Nigeria away. Yes, secession from Nigeria, yeah. And what happened was the Banji, Akintoye, those are the men that were behind Igboho, and it's everybody was tired. Why did Igboho people came to Lagos here? They came here and they said they want to plant everybody was aware when they came to Ojota there that they want to plant Oduduwa flag. That was when the governor is in power then. I think it was Sanwo-Olu, yes. This time Sanwo-Olu warned them that if they tried it, they may not see the end of the day, and that was why they now set them back, take them back to where they came from. Some were even, one of them was killed. One of them was killed.
Excuse me. Today the team has made Nelson Mandela as a case study.
I want to answer this question. What you don't understand is this. Nelson Mandela. It was the courtesy of the South African government that chose to destroy apartheid on their own. Peter. It was not the construction of Mandela in prison. It was Peter that now chose that look, we are tired of this apartheid separation system of government. They have decided on their own to abort it, to terminate it, go back to, I'm telling you, to go back to and learn and go back and see how apartheid came to an end in South Africa. The President I think there's another one that came after him. I forgot his name. They are the one that now fed that look, we are done with this system of government. We now want to embrace, community, inclusiveness of every citizen. They are now destroying apartheid on their own. That's how apartheid came to an end. Now listen to me. Could you allow us to make my to continue my point? There's no point. Mandela be in prison. He's in prison. I'm telling you, the government itself. I don't know what the reason. And he was here in prison. Mandela was still in prison. So you think the government of course, yes, the struggle has been on. Yes, for the past 7 years. As the government said, come to nothing. That's okay. There are some young people must put into this thing. I'm saying that President Mandela has been people for the past 7 years. I'm telling you how apartheid government came to an end. I said the apartheid white regime that was in power. At a point in time, they concluded that we must end this system of government. It's no longer feasible in South Africa. They're on their own. Yes, Mandela was still before the agitation of Mandela. You are talking as if say, okay, the government just say, okay, this apartheid, let us stop. And then Mandela so he doesn't I don't mention anybody. Next person, our boys are so much judge. Calm down. No, I don't like this behavior. He's a mature man. No, don't fight anyhow. I'm not sure you are supposed to show the you move the man. You complain. That's a man. Can you play wrong with wrong? Can you play wrong with wrong? Yes. You don't know the law. You don't know the law. You don't know the law. Can you step aside a bit? I'm still on the point. Just step aside a bit. Come here. Come behind me. Just come here. Hey, Femi. Okay, what you call him for Kule with big guy? I don't know now. Let's go. Kule. Kule, be careful. That's okay. Stay here. Yeah, stay here. Yes. Yeah. I don't want to hear anything. That's okay. All right. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Michael. All right, sir. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, our esteemed viewers globally, and good morning, Nigeria. We are talking about the imprisonment of Nnamdi Kanu while Sunday Igboho is being released. His name has been removed from watch list or wanted list, and their reactions to this morning. Let's get your own view. You see, Mike, thank you that you brought up this matter. And when we put these two issues, side by side, I think Nnamdi Kanu movement or agitation has a better picture than Sunday Igboho. Sunday Igboho, before he came to the fore, he came as a result of the Fulani running gaga in the southwest, going to bushes, to farmlands, destroying people's farmland in the southwest. Before some other people from the western extraction now decided to moot an idea of a Yoruba nation. You cannot, if you juxtapose that with what Nnamdi Kanu stands for, you see that Nnamdi Kanu has a broader outlook than what Sunday Igboho is. And is Sunday Igboho being expunged from the list of people that the state has held, shows that it couldn't have been connected with the political situation that we are in now. You know, before the now, who was on the Igboho? I don't know him from Adam. It was the so-called the political class, the political elite, that gave vent to whatever he stood for there. And you cannot subtract it from using him as a kind of fodder to fund whatever nest the politician want to have. And when you know and look what is happening, though I believe that whatever is good for the good is good for the gander. And I think in all modesty, I think if he's been let off the hook, I think I don't see why Nnamdi Kanu too should not also enjoy such a freedom. And if the rest of that case that we are all equal before the law, why should A has an equal stake, a more equal stake than B? I want to believe that the state should rethink and see that Nnamdi Kanu's case is done with justice gloves.
Good morning, Mr. Maki, the plan. Good morning, our viewers. Sorry about that. Remain blessed. Thank you for this great topic you bring about Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho. Well, I would say that the two of them, they are freedom fighters. But what I want to tell you, a freedom fighter doesn't talk much. You talk a little and you listen more. That will make you to become a freedom fighter. And a freedom fighter must love his people. What you do that will affect your people, you should not do it. In one way, yes, some people, the Yorubas, Akintola Abe and the others, they are looking for someone who will come out and represent them to be champion that fight. But they haven't yet. But they want to use that Sunday Igboho on it. But up to today, he still be number one at the front of One Nation. When I come to Nnamdi Kanu's side, yeah, he came as a brave man, but he must talk less. When he was in prison, he's supposed to issue, if he say loving people very well, he's supposed to put a written note or tell your lawyer, tell my people that I don't want to sit at home. That is another thing. And that sit at home, the creator himself is damage a lot of things, take life away. Before the governor said that I'm giving them 1 week. If I'm the governor, if I'm the governor, I will do so. You don't need to be so for your people you are fighting for. You don't need. You have to use the wisdom and follow it. After all, we are not talking about the old Biafra. We are talking about the new Biafra. We are not talking about old Biafra. If you are thinking about old Biafra, that means that you are thinking about Latojuku. We are talking about new Biafra, different dimension. No exodus, no violence. But no exodus, no violence. You must not talk a careless talk on it. That's how I say the truth. You must not say a careless talk. If you say a careless talk, you have already entered violence. It is a careless talk, some pronouncement he made trigger killings in the southeast. Yes, we did sit at home. 2004, all over Nigeria, nobody was killed. All the whole market, both Lagos, the full perspective on it. And that is into agenda of the fight, which United Nations bring out, roll out, which we are following. If it is not a paper, maybe say yes, this is MC. MC must have a role that will be calling people's name. A freedom fighter must have that role, which every year you must bring one thing to another to roll out for the freedom. But when you say that, sit at home every Monday, that is not good. If it is the day that he is going to the court, if they want to do it that day, it's okay. But not, you are not in court, you are putting sit at home. Do you love the people? Do you love them? Let us say ourselves the reality. Let me see, you don't love them.
Now, to buttress what Ben Jack is saying, we saw a video online, a trending video. We saw Governor Selective of Anambra threatening the public, threatening people that refused to come out. Yesterday. Yeah, that was yesterday. I'm sorry, yesterday. That refused to come out to do their businesses. He told them he would lock up the market if they continue to sit at home. Now, I was asking some of your colleagues before you came on board, was that decision the best decision to make as a governor? This is something that people have been observing for years. Is it just easy for him to just make that proclamation that they shouldn't sit at home again and come out for their businesses?
You see, I will take this issue on two fronts. You see, when you look at before the now, I think they've had this sit down at home for a while now. And where was the governor then? Was he sleeping? And does it mean that he doesn't have the capacity? No, there are some salient points that needed to be asked. Because when you say you are a governor, a sitting governor of the state, I think you are the #1 citizen of that state. And the power as vested in you is drawn from the constitution. You understand? I would have expected Soludo, right from day one, to contend with those people that mooted such an idea when it was being brought to the fore, to jettison that idea. Why now? When politics is at play. But when you look at all this, even though if you should ask for my own candid opinion about that sit-down at home, I will say I am not so totally in support. When you look at all these things, it was some persons within the ranks of IPOB that brought that matter to the fore and then rolled it over the collective majority of that cities of that extraction. That is why, and that alone itself is a kind of it amounted to bully, because I want to believe that any movement that is people oriented, it will just come naturally. It's not somebody that will roll it over you, because it has to be a kind of a conviction from your heart that you believe in.
Now,
You told the lie.
we understand that people are still afraid to come out, to do their business in the Southeast. Despite the fact that Nnamdi Kanu is in prison, Simon Ekpa is also serving his own punishment in Finland. Is there any reason they are afraid to come out of that sit at home?
Well, this for me, I will say now, that sit at home, they have already put. Let me just put. It have already become a group of Boko Haram in the Southeast. How can you say sit at home? Someone come out, you kill it. It will not put. It have a prison. That's okay. Let us put these people into prison. Maybe let them stay like a week or 1 month. We can release them. No, this is part of Boko Haram group. They have already formed, and which is not good. In the Southeast, we sit there under Nigeria. I will not call it say it is a real Biafra nation until they pronounce it. So you cannot give authority on top of government that is you are not the one that formed. So we have to follow it, and we are not into violence. Before all these things will come out, you have to make provision on it. That's why I said, if we love the people, don't accept so that we are fighting for the interest of the citizen.
Thank you so much. We understand that the two agitators are in prison. We're talking about Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu. And despite years of persuasion for people to come out to do their businesses, people are still afraid to come out. Is there any reason for that?
Well, first and foremost is they had foreign people that were sponsoring them. And as a result, that kept them into what they have today. The real called Igbo people are not really supporting what is actually happening. The politicians are the ones that kept Nnamdi Kanu where he is today. The real Igbo man, an Igbo man is a street hustler, is a market hustler. Talk about any other thing. This agitation that Biafra, I see it's a setup. It's a complete setup. My younger brother is in Anambra. What they said is that they still work the normal 5 days. They still work the normal 5 days, and the normal 5 days is this. You see today that is Monday is their Sunday. The Sunday is their Saturday. Their Monday starts on Tuesday. Now for the governor to go and telling them that if you don't observe, if you must all come out. Number one, what has the government put in place to secure the life of the people? Because they're still living in fear. Because when you go to the market and you see another people, they begin to shoot these people. What will government do? The government has not built that confidence in the citizen for that sit at home. And I want to say the Igbos should come as one and speak in one voice. It is the politicians that are holding Nnamdi Kanu in this prison he is now. If they come home and they sit and talk as one family, Nnamdi Kanu will be released.
Is there any way the government can make people believe that their lives are secured, when they come out to do their businesses?
By putting all the necessary infrastructure in place in terms of security. Because without security, no business can thrive successfully. And you cannot, no same person will do business in a climate or a crime where security is threatened. And for any government that is desirous of people's welfare, also put at the front burner the security of lives and property of the citizenry which she governs. And I want to believe that whenever we are talking about governmental business, is not run in vacuum. It must be people centered, and that is what government is all about. There's a reason whereby people are not enjoying the government, then the government has no business being there in the first place. I want to believe that for Soludo to have made mention of that he's going to destroy this thing. Where was he all this while? As he maybe he was fast asleep, or he's just getting that reawakening that you say you are going to destroy on the Shame market. Before the now, I think Soludo should be going out about 2 or 3 years in office now. Then where was he all this while? If he could muster that capacity now, where was the capacity before? Was it thrown to the wind? Why can't he come out and address the key issues of security of that state? Mike, you will recall that there was a time when some couples were going that route to have their engagement, their wedding engagement. We learned that these people were mauled down and killed, all because of sit at home. And several other lives also have gone down the drain. Then nobody is asking questions. Where was Soludo? If he is now mustering that capacity now to say yes, he's not in charge, then I'm afraid, is he going to wake those people that have died? That is the kind of situation we find ourselves.
All right, Chima says you didn't open shop for anybody and I have no right to close.
To close it, yes. I concur with you.
So you should keep persuading them.
No. The thing I will say is that the Soludo have just waken from slumber. The first tenure he was dealing with all the native doctors. He was dealing with them that he want to see the kind of power they have. But this second tenure now, he's just waking from slumber. That sit at home, I must deal with it because he has seen that he's no longer coming back after the second tenure. Whatever he's going to take, I'm going to. But he has not put security in place.
Can he succeed in it?
You said?
Can he succeed?
He will not succeed. The reason why he will not succeed. No, he will not succeed. The reason why is that he has not been able to persuade the people, convince the people. But what he's trying to do is using force. Want to marginalize them again.
How can a claimed civilian governor in a democracy setting use a kind of a dictatorial approach to issue as complex as that sit-at-home? I think if you claim to be a professor, why can't you just employ persuasive approach in looking keenly to the matter on ground about this sit-at-home, so that you can arrive at a very, very good landing on the matter.
All right, on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho, you said anything about it? Can you compare the two?
No, number one, Sunday Igboho is not a freedom fighter. He was being coerced by politicians to get some. But Nnamdi Kanu is a freedom fighter, but he does not have the backing of his people, the real Igbo people, the political elite, the educationists. He don't have the backing. It is the common people that have Nnamdi Kanu backup, but the real Igbo people are not having the. They are not giving him the backup. Igbo people are street. They are street people. They are economically wise. In terms of education, in terms of business, in terms of economy, they have it upstairs.
Well, Yoruba leaders or Yoruba people or the political class backing Igboho.
They are backing Igboho.
When he was fighting for Yoruba nation,
they were backing him. Obasanjo, one of the prominent Yoruba leader, Obasanjo went to visit Sunday Igboho in Benin Republic. He went there.
Because after his arrest.
Yes, he went there. That shows that.
But when he was agitating for it,
there were people behind that saying, Marshalo, and support here, Marshalo, we are supporting you. But in that of Nnamdi Kanu, I don't want to mention political people. They were the people that said, this man is more popular than us. Nnamdi Kanu is more popular than with the politicians. Please.
So there was no support.
There was no support from him.
If I want to draw some kind of an inference from what Mr. Felix have said so far, you see, Nnamdi Kanu as a person, you know, he has this conviction, unwavering conviction, that he will get Biafra actualized. But in the course of his journey, the people he rested on, or rather he thought they are on the same page with him, they were never on the same page with him. They jettisoned him when the heat of that struggle was at the highest. That was why he felt so bad that why all this? Because he was thinking that those people will come and accentuate whatever belief he has. He is not getting. Even you will recall during his trial, he had to sack some of his defense team and decide to even represent himself. What does it show you? And you and I know that one of his lawyers is from, the lead counsel is from Igboho extraction. Then at the time, if he could do away with such a person, then it shows that how much infiltration those political elites has infiltrated his liberty. That is why he now felt that he's so clever and he's so sensible. He now decided that if he continues to divulge all what he wants for the legal team to happen and do for his case, then he might also be shooting himself in the leg, because he's not getting the right legal representation as regards his struggle.
All right, thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you for having me.
Contribution.
I'm fine. Morning to my viewers. God bless all of you.
Let's get your take. Let's have a take on what we've been discussing.
It's like we have been hearing. It's part of what we are saying. See, when you say Sunday Igboho, when you say Nnamdi Kanu, they are bed of the same feather, but they are different entirely. You see, when you say bed of the same feather, both of them they were fighting for the freedom and the justice of their people. But at the end of the day, there was different backup, different approach. Sunday Igboho, everybody knows that Fulani S-men, they invaded us. But Sunday Igboho used another language, which is we call it voodoo. In those days when apartheid was in South Africa, I could remember in history, we read history. The pastor just told Mandela, I said, come. You can't fight those people with ordinary hand, though. You can't fight them with gun to gun. They will defeat you. Fight them with Africa power, black power. You understand? Black power is not recognized in the government, but black power is part of what you use to acquire what you want. It exists. So the boy was using black power against the Fulani. The Fulani was running a scatter. Everybody was aware. So the boy was getting upper hand. He was telling them that they must leave his territory. He was cleaning their cow. So he was getting mad. Something that somebody like Ghana was supposed to have done. So the boy now took that glory. It was not worship in the whole Yoruba land. You understand? So it's different entirely from Kanu. Kanu's statement is different. Kanu started where Ojukwu left, was Brike left, in that case, but at the end, he was not having that supporting attitude that is the Sunday Igboho had. And Sunday Igboho action was face the enemy by fire by force. Where Nnamdi Kanu was still fighting with his men. Those are the political allies. The ordinary Igbo man, they can die for him. So there was a difference entirely. You understand? But at the end of the line, you can see what is happening to Sunday Igboho now. They all came out, the prominent. Okay, where are the prominent in the other side of the game? When you say sit at home, I believe that when you say sit at home, people have the capacity to say they want to go today, they will go. But when there's a political element inside, it's wrong to come to pass. See, the other time, this man was beaten up in Germany when they were doing Yam Festival. That was the former deputy senate president. What is his name? But can you see the beating? You see all those things. There's no, it undermine your fighting for your freedom of your nation, because some are separated. You separated it. You take some as enemy. Are those your political enemy? They're supposed to be your ally. Use your brain to lure them to your cause. They will sustain, and your cause will be manifested at the positive. this one Igboho, this one see the people when they come outside for governor, former head of state, but learning men, they said no, it's our son because what he was doing, because they were afraid to come outside. Even Ghanaian that was afraid to come outside. Ghanaian that will not Ghanaian that is a kaka from Yoruba land. But what should they go do? He passed Ghanaian down. He stand up and said, no, you can't kill my people. He used what he have. He doesn't wait for the city when they invade the house. Ordinary car, they spray ordinary car, say, now him. See, it's a different entirely. We are Nigeria. Let government come and say, enough of this atrocity. See, it's a way to come outside there and announce for. You want to test Tinubu sympathy. Now how long? Say, how long must we pay for our freedom? Let them come to say, see, there are many boys. Kanu they were prison, the other one they were prison. But many boys, lions, plenty there, and you know them. You have sophisticated information. Allow them. Let us calm down. Let us. What are we going to move this shit for? Not by force. If you don't come outside, we lock market. If you lock market, how about him? You lock market. Yeah, you want step sit at home. Sit at home is a language of ideology. Let us come together. We are one. We know what is wrong and what is right. Let us move forward, not by threatening the already wounded boys. The already wounded boys, you are telling them, see, you want to counter violence with violence against your people? No, use a sophisticated language and positive will come outside.
All right, thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate your contribution. All right, to say a big thank you to all our esteemed viewers watching us right now, especially those engaging us in the comment section. We appreciate your engagement. We have other stories to to discuss, but because of our time, we'll be able to do that. We have a story concerning Atiku's son that said that nobody, no party can defeat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. Also, the saga or drama that happened in Abuja as regards the FCT minister. He was being chased after by civil servants in the FCT. Which I will uploading these reports, these discussions very soon. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate Alexander the Great, Emmanuel, Sofabiadu, Busy Chima, go on. We say thank you, King Smith. We say big thank you to you, Daddy, Anayo Okoro, Chukso, we say a big thank you to you too, Gladys Oyabo, Emmanuel Oguji, David Okafo, we say a big thank you to Igboho, Chris, and some other viewers who engaged us in the comment section. We're back here tomorrow with more interesting topics. Please stay tuned as we upload other videos, pre-recorded videos today. Thank you so much. Please stay safe. Push me away, or drag me away, or push me away. Let somebody else come.